This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Welcome to Dead Radio.
We're not doing that.
How did she come to have sex with a dead man?
Don't call me Radio Unit 91.
You're a dead man. You're a dead man!
He's God here in this radio station.
Place where the dead speak.
Rebel Radio!
I'm a fake? Yes. How'd you like to be dead?
You ever think about doing radio?
My team is dead!
But you're not crazy. You're me. And this is just radio.
By the powers vested in me by the Federal Communications Commission, I command you to get on the microphone in a serious manner and continue this broadcast.
You got that file, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm all set with that.
Okay, cool.
All right. Yeah, buddy. Welcome, everybody, to the Dead Radio Podcast. Episode, wow, loud noises. Give me a second.
Episode, wow.
Episode 210.
Mm-hmm.
Every week, I say that 200, and it's just freaks me out a little bit.
At least we have more followers than episodes now. Yeah.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, yeah, for the longest, we'd be like episode 120, and we had like 12 people following us on YouTube. Yeah, it's a few hundred now, so it's good.
It's a grind getting people to click. Ciarra Fragale knows all about
We're
that.
so stingy
I
with
do.
that shit. Like, I will
segue.
follow somebody's podcast and never listen to it sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, what does it hurt? Downloads to my phone and then I delete it.
Yep.
It doesn't make a difference.
It just shows up on their up in their statistics, and that's what you need. You need something. You need analytics to show people that you're popular, and then they give you money to do other stuff.
And then you can actually get popular
Yeah.
with that money.
So, yeah. Ciarra Fragale on Facebook and Instagram. Give
Hey.
it a click. Yeah, if you're a fan of the show, you know Ciarra. It's CIARRAFRAGALE. .com.
.com. .com.
We should like write it on the table so in a spot where people can see. But
That might not be a bad idea to put it on the wall. You know.
Oh yeah.
Does the
that's
wall
a
have
good idea.
chalkboard paint? Oh, yeah.
Oh, it
Yeah.
sure does. It's not just for show.
Wow.
It's practical. So here's this weird section where we're like, "Hey, how you doing?" We've been talking for the last half hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're a fan of the show, like I said, Sarah's been on before, and
It's good to be back.
we first met her at the Dark Side Bazaar
Yeah.
in Poughkeepsie, and that's happening again very soon.
Yeah.
June 1st?
15th.
15th. Okay, so June 15th.
No, sorry. Fuck. It's June 8th. It's June 8th.
Okay, June
Okay.
8th.
I'll check my calendar.
Are you playing that too, or?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
All right, good. 'Cause I didn't see it in the I didn't see it in your on your schedule, or maybe I missed it.
Oh, yeah. It's because they I guess they had to change the date.
Yes.
Oh.
So I didn't have a chance to like log that new date.
It was
into my-
originally the 15th.
It was originally the 15th.
Oh, I wonder
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Because this happened a couple weeks ago. He put
Dude.
it out, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Because we
It's
had
actually
talked.
for a really cool reason though.
Oh yeah.
They got a really cool band coming. I can't say.
Oh, is it a secret?
Yeah.
It's Sponge.
I'm sorry, JB.
So, but that's cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to talk to JB because we were originally going to do the Dark Side podcast the weekend before.
Oh, okay. So we'll talk
Yeah.
to them.
It's only
figure it
taken
out.
4 years.
Yeah.
Jerks. Had him on here a couple of times.
It's not Sponge, is it? Okay. Would you tell me if it was?
Yeah. It's not.
Okay.
Wait, but if it's like a good get, why wouldn't they be advertising it?
because they can't announce it yet.
Well, yeah, they probably can't announce it because it's possible that they might have to work out some stuff too. It was just like probably just a pencil kind of thing, not pen.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were penciled in, not penned in.
Got it.
Anyway.
It's deep.
So yeah, Ciarra's been hard at work.
Yeah.
With new music.
Yes.
You got an album coming out June 1st.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Call it
So
what you will.
That's what it's called.
And is it now? Is it full length or how many tracks? Did you do?
It's full length, 10 tracks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Over a year was spent working on it. I kind of had to piecemeal it together because of time and money and things like that. Recording an album with no money is really hard.
I bet. Yeah.
But now it's finally done, and it's coming out June 1st.
Excited.
And
You're excited.
Speaking of Dark Side Records, there's a big release party happening at Dark Side on June 1st, on the day.
Yep.
So we're gonna listen to the album. I'm gonna have my friend's band, Bad Water,
Good
perform.
name.
Yeah, good band. Shout out to them. So they're gonna perform, and then I'm gonna perform some songs from the record with a full band.
Oh,
which
how
is
sick!
gonna be awesome.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird in like the best possible way. Like the band that I have put together for this is just, it's just gonna be so great.
Oh, that's cool. So did they
Yeah.
perform in the album as well, or is it just kind of like a live band?
Yes. So the bass player and guitar player that are going to be in the live band for the show, they were actually the two engineers that I worked with to
cool.
record this record. So each of them played bass and guitar on the record, and yeah, so it's going to be great. And then the two other people are some great friends of mine that
What are the
that
names?
I've always just wanted to play with.
Give them some shout outs.
Yeah. Jesse Bolduck and John Cantiello are in a band called Candy Ambulance.
It's written on the wall.
Yeah. Was that from you?
It might have
remember.
been. It might have
Yeah.
been. You should check them out. But Jesse was the engineer that I primarily worked with to record this record. So he's going to play bass, and then his bandmate John is going to play drums, which is great because they're already used to playing together. So it's going to be great. And then Lucas Carrillo, who's the other engineer, he's playing guitar. He's in Bad Water, so he's going to be doing double duty that night with his band.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is going to be fun. And then my friend Phoebe Harritz, she plays under the moniker Dagmara.
Okay.
She's a New Paltz singer-songwriter, and she's really great. And she's going to be doing some keys and some backing vocals and stuff. So it's going to just be this like big party. I'm so excited.
Well, it's quite a departure from what we've seen from you with the the drum machine and the looping pedals, and I mean you're still doing that, I'm sure. But
yeah, definitely. I always like to keep things to where I can do them myself and do them justice, and because I am primarily a solo artist, and I do enjoy that. It's been a big part of my life being a solo artist, and and I love doing that. But I also love getting the chance to like go up on stage and play with a bunch of my friends.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great. And I think the record, it's definitely fuller instrumentation wise. It's a big record. It's ambitious, but I'm so proud of it, and to have it finally be like an entity and not something that's just in my brain is really rewarding.
Yeah.
For sure.
I bet.
Yeah.
How was it like giving the reins? Well, not the reins, but like letting everyone else play your stuff when you're so used to playing it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. It's all a collaboration, I guess, and when you get some really good people in the room, you just want them to succeed, and they want you to succeed, and you're gonna do everything to help each other out. So, I think the initial feeling of, oh my gosh, someone else is like playing on my stuff. Like I think that goes away when you just really give yourself over to, to what you're doing. And throughout the recording process, I mean, I produced the entire record, so I was able to kind of, wear both hats in a way, as musician, but also as, producer. So I had to ask myself those hard questions. So in a way, I had to kind of like, put my personal things aside and decide what was really going to be best for the record.
Yeah. Working with producers I've only done one real like professional recording session that wasn't just me behind the engineer going, we need to do this, we need to do that.
Yeah.
And for that, it was, for me, that's easy. I know what I want it to sound like.
Yeah.
But when you have someone else in the room who has, outside looking in, they go, you should do this instead of this, then you're like, my first reaction when that happened to me was just like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it kind of messes you up a little bit because
you don't know me.
But I mean, the one thing I've learned from doing the whole solo thing is that a second opinion or third opinion from someone who has nothing to do what's going on inside of your brain can definitely make or break the entire record. Like, this record wouldn't have been what it is without all of the people that I asked, to listen to a rough mix or to, do you think the BPM should be faster? Like, it's, I was asking so many people these questions just because it can get a little too introspective and inward when you're just, just doing it by yourself. So I've definitely learned to ask for help, but I also prefer to kind of be the captain of my own ship,
Yeah, hell yeah.
But as long as I have some trusty crewmates, I'm all for it.
Yeah, when you're oh, I just realized that my curtain ripped. Sorry, that distracted the shit out of me. Yeah, it was when I was working with his name was Jody, and he was a great guy, and I was playing the lick, and he's just like, I see his face screw up, and I'm like, oh God, what did I do? He's just like, you know what we should do on this? And then he just was like, because I got my cabinet here, the Crate Blue Voodoo, that thing cranks. It's loud as shit.
Yeah.
He was just like, I don't want to use that amp. And I was like, really? He goes, no, we're going to run through a pedal. And he ran me through just a tube screamer, an old-ass TS7, TS9, and changed the guitar parts on a certain song, and he's just like, I wanted to be very grungy sounding. And
and you're like, oh, word?
Yeah. And once he set me up, the whole time I'm like, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. He's like, all right, now play it. He goes, yeah, I'm looking for more like a Seattle sound out of this. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he won me on that. I don't know if he picked me out, if he just read me like a book, or
was
just
it the long hair and the flannel tied around your waist.
Whatever. Yeah, probably, definitely. So,
well, and that's the thing, picking the people you work with too. It's you have to make sure that they can read you like a book. The thing that worked out with with Jesse and Lucas so well was, I worked with Jesse more than I worked with Lucas. Lucas kind of came in at the end of the process. Very thankfully, I was so thankful for that. But both of them are able to just kind of read my mind. So when I was wearing the producer hat and trying to describe what I wanted it to sound like, because I know what I wanted it to sound like, but how do you express that out loud in words? Right?
Yeah.
So, but definitely picking a team and picking people that you can communicate really well with, and people that you're not afraid to be open-minded with, I think is really important.
Yeah, there's a level of honesty that goes with it. I've watched many. I really like watching behind the scenes making of the album videos and stuff like that.
Me too.
The most recent one I've been obsessed with. It's hours long. It's a Faith No More one where they're just they're making their Angel Dust album, and it's the keyboard player is like like you see it on his face. He's pissed. He's fucking stressed out. And meanwhile, the bass player and the producer are like, "Yeah, you should probably use a minor chord there." And he's like playing it, and he goes, "It just doesn't make sense to me. It sounds weird."
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, you definitely should play it." He's just like, "It sounds better, Mitch." And then they're just like, they're back and forth. I mean, the bandmates I could see, but then there's this other guy, in that room telling you what to do, and like I could see how frustrating that can be. But
it's
hard. You have to give in a little bit, but at the same time, it's still.
We have to trust, right? I mean, trust is like the biggest thing. If you're working with someone that you don't trust, then you're not going to fully sacrifice yourself over to the work that you're doing. So, you know, then it won't be as honest and as you know, as poignant as it would be if you were working with people that you do trust. And luckily I was very, very fortunate to work with people that I trust wholeheartely.
So a year took, huh?
Yeah, a little over a year.
I think you were talking about it when you were here last time.
Yeah, I think I was too, because I had recorded Ultimate Lover, which I think it had come out.
We played that, we played that on the show.
That had like just come out too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I only had like, I don't know, maybe 2 other songs recorded for it.
Oh,
already.
wow.
Yeah, so definitely a long road. But
were they written and not, I wouldn't say, you know, ready to go, but you had the bones ready for those songs, or did you more develop during the process? Anything?
Yeah,
I'm like, did any songs pop up in the process?
Oh, for sure. The title track, Call It What You Will, that was actually the last song that I wrote for the record, and I wrote it like just before. I wrote it like 2 days before I was supposed to go back into the studio to finish up the rest of the record, and I wrote it at like midnight.
Oh, wow.
Just because it was like one of those things that just, you know, kind of had to come out, because I thought the album was done. You know, I knew I was going to go back into the studio, record the last, you know, 2, 3, 4 songs, and then I thought it was going to be done. And then, you know, I mean, you know, when something doesn't really feel right, you know, when a record feels finished, it feels finished. But when it doesn't, it's always like, what, you know, you try and figure out what's missing. And then that song came out, and I ended up recording that like in my home studio. Like I didn't even wait until I went into the studio. And then after that, I like knew the album was done. So yeah, so songs definitely like popped up at a moment's notice, and, you know, I knew they kind of had to be on the record. But, you know, there were other songs that I was holding on to for, you know, a little over a year, that I wanted to do something with, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do with. And, you know, making a record is kind of like doing a big puzzle. You have to figure out what's going to sound good together, what's going to feel nice and full, and, you know, you want to have a good flow to it. So I was kind of writing things, and, you know, there was I'll play it later, but there's a song on the record called If Looks Could Kill, and the melody for that song actually like came to me in a dream one time. I'm like not even joking. I was dreaming, and I heard this like, you know, da, 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 whatever it is, and I like woke up and I remembered it, and I was like, holy shit. And I just, you know, got on my voice memos really quickly, and I just like, you know, sang it. But then that sat for like 4 months.
Yeah.
But I always like kept on coming back to it, you know?
That's not a weird thing.
Yeah.
At all.
I don't have any productive dreams.
Oh, yeah.
I have really weird dreams.
Corey Taylor from Slipknot. He's said it in a couple interviews. He's just like, I'll wake up in the middle of the fucking night and start writing lyrics.
Yeah.
Just still like
lyrics I could see, but it's because I'm not a musician. Maybe that's why I can't picture it.
Yeah, maybe because like probably music too. But I specifically remember him saying lyrics. Like he'll wait. He's like, I just woke up and I'm like, half asleep, blindly writing lyrics on the page.
I did that with this record too. There were times where I was like, you know, like one song in particular, the opening track, It's called "There Is a Fire Burning." I realize that everyone won't have proper context of this until the record comes out, but it's gonna be fine. But that song, like, yeah, it was. I woke up in the middle of the night. I like wrote it as a poem. And then it was one of those things where I was like, I'm just going to write the lyrics. I'll set it to music in the morning, because it was 3 in the morning. I didn't want to wake up everyone in my house. But yeah, so I just about every like method of putting songs together ended up happening on this record. And, I think it's a testament of how present I was when I was writing the songs and experiencing the things that were happening in my life. And, when they need to come out, they just need to come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I was actually that was kind of my next question,
Yeah.
like the influences behind everything. And I mean, the single, Miss That is the single.
Did you listen to it?
I didn't. And it's very much you, but it seems it's definitely polished.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You have a very unique sound to me,
Thank you.
and it's
Thanks.
hard to kind of pinpoint. It's got that yacht rocky kind of sound to it, but at the same time, it's also very like it's got this kind of I don't know, a little. You have this happier sounding voice, but it's also ominous at the same time. I can't really put my finger on it, but
I think it's very like, I don't know, but I know what you're saying. It's definitely different. Disclaimer, it's different.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's a natural evolution. This is the music. Like, I listened to this record and I'm just so proud because this was like the first time that I was actually able to, not the first time, but it's a great representation of the music that I want to be making. And, like, I did that. Like, I did that, like, it's cool to listen to something or to see something or to do something that you're just so proud of and be like, I fucking did that.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool. And, the record is more polished. That was like a purposeful thing. Cause I listen to all of these, all of these bands, like Tame Impala is doing such an interesting thing with like the electro, kind of, I call it like glistening indie rock.
I feel like we don't like any of the same bands.
I don't know.
I'm not a big fan of Tame Impala, but I know what you mean.
It's just kind of one that came to mind. But Jenny Lewis is also someone who I have been listening to so much, and she has this way of like blending all of these different musical stylings into her own kind of unique thing. And I really resonate with that because, I have wanted to make so many different kinds of music,
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I'm not attached to one way of doing anything, making or doing anything. And, I think at the end of the day, we're all like products of our environments, right? So, this album is very much a reflection of the things I've been listening to, the things I've been feeling, and the music that I've been wanting to make for so long, but I guess never really knew how or had the resources to. And but it ended up sounding exactly like I wanted it to. And when you listen to the full record, you'll notice like there's a bit of everything in there. There's indie rock, there's like 80s pop, there's kind of the folky stuff that I used to do that was on the first record, and there's blues, there's like R&B. It's the great musical melting pot.
That's one of my favorite things about listening to certain bands. It's like Queens of the Stone Age or
Sure,
Faith No More. I don't know, a couple they're escaping me right now, but like tracks that you're going through the album and songs are separating themselves. I mean, it is one whole. It is one whole like project, and you know that it is a complete thing.
Yes.
However, there's so many different elements to it that make that sound. Like I like how Queens of the Stone Age, and one, it's just it's just like a typical punk rock kind of song, and then they go into something that's more crooning.
Yeah.
And very stop and go, things like that. And I've been finding out more and more that I'd rather listen to variety from one artist than just the same old nonsense.
But still know in your heart of hearts that it is one entity.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you can feel the sense of, all of these songs belong together, but they're so diverse.
Imagine taking one track from every Clutch album and making a compilation.
Jesus Christ.
That would sound like dog shit. It'd be terrible. All the songs by themselves would be good, but every album has like a totally different theme and feel and sound.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you went, album, like the last album versus the first album, you wouldn't even think they were the same band.
Yeah.
So.
And that's, that sometimes works out really well, but then sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
My prime example, and I use it on the show all the time, is Linkin Park.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
they were my favorite band.
See, you said the word were.
First couple albums.
Where did it end for you?
Oh, gosh.
What album? Meteora?
Yep.
It was Meteora.
It was. Well, it was, no, actually, because what tracks were on Meteora? I'm trying to think. What was the single? Can we look it up?
Wasn't that around the same time as the Transformers soundtrack?
I think it was.
Yeah, that's because that was. We
The
talked about
record.
this last week or the week before.
Yeah.
It was the Transformers soundtrack. I was like, what the hell is this? I'm not listening to this.
The record after Meteora is where they lost me. But literally from ages, oh God, like 7 to 14, I was like the biggest Linkin Park fan. I can still give you all of the lyrics to In the End verbatim.
Somewhere I Belong.
Yeah, yep.
Faint and Breaking the Habit.
Oh yeah.
So this one was
I liked that record.
This album wasn't too bad.
It was the one,
but it was the one
that
it was the one that everybody kind of went, what you doing?
Yeah.
And then
it was the one after that.
What was it? Now I'm looking. Minutes to Midnight.
Yes. Yeah, that's where they lost me. I can't even name you one song on that record.
Yeah. Now I gotta look at the track listing. Have to.
I think Linkin Park.
Bleed It Out. What I've Done. That was the What I've Done. I think is the.
Yeah.
Oh, I did like that. That was like one of the first songs that I remember like buying. I bought a Linkin Park songbook. And that was What I've Done was one of the first songs that I actually remember like trying to read the sheet music to and work out the tablature on guitar. Like the do 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 do, that little like arpeggiating thing in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, now I'm obsessed with looking all this shit up.
Oh my gosh.
I just like it. I don't fault them for wanting to do. I don't fault a band ever for wanting to try something out.
No.
Sometimes it just doesn't sound right to me. Like
Yeah.
it sounds like you're trying to fit into what's going on now, and that's not a bad thing. But if you're forcing it, if it sounds forced,
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, that was one of the things that I was kind of concerned with making this record, because it is different from the first record, and I was kind of like struggling with the idea of, oh no, are people going to think I'm like selling out, or and then there was a point where I was like, well, fuck it, I like the music I'm making.
Yeah, in the end.
And it doesn't even matter.
You're such an asshole.
I had to.
Well, but I mean,
to lose it all. But in the end.
I mean, you didn't like roll up in a Bentley. You know what I mean? So I don't think anybody's thinking you're selling out.
I rolled up in my 2004 Mitsubishi Outlander with a gas leak and a check engine light issue. I'm still the same.
Did you park on the street? No, with that gas leak.
It's
fine.
not that
it's a solvent.
bad. I'm
Clean
getting a
your
new
driveway.
car on like Wednesday. But
oh, good for you.
it's a 2006 Mazda Tribute. It's nothing special.
That's a good car.
But music's interesting now because
yeah.
So there's so many influences have been colliding lately, and
I think that's awesome.
pop music's different, alternative music's different, rock's.
By different, you mean garbage?
I wouldn't say it's garbage. There's great stuff
I
out
think he
there.
just means by different. He means alternative.
Yeah.
The alternative.
Yeah, like
I hate that name as a genre.
Alternative
But
is it's very stupid.
Well, especially now because it just doesn't even fit anymore.
But it
doesn't make any
But like if
sense.
you call
What's
something
alternative?
and then you call something alt rock, it's two totally different things.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, like
Just call it indie rock. Like
you say alternative to someone of my age, and I think of Toadies and Dinosaur Jr. and Sonic Youth.
Yeah.
You say alternative to somebody now in their early 20s, they think of, I don't know, Glass Animals, for instance. Or
good band, but like
yeah, I love that band,
not
but they're
alternative. I don't know.
considered it's considered alternative.
I would not
I don't really
consider
like
it
that name as a genre.
I fucking love that band.
I think it's just
It's like sitting in a jungle.
being used as like a catch-all for things. You
It
know?
is.
I
I
don't know.
mean, yeah, the subgenre thing. I used to be obsessed with it. Now I've honestly given up.
My favorite
beat me into
pastime.
submission.
My favorite pastime is coming up with stupid subgenres like ask me what kind of music I play.
What kind of music do you play?
I play pre-ska.
Instead of post. Because there was post punk, post rock, post grunge. There's all these bands.
Pre-ska, postpartum depression.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
That's like my favorite pastime because it's just
So,
because that's what it is.
Do you have any other good ones?
Pre-ska is the best one. Pre-ska postpartum depression is the extended version of that. But what? Oh, I don't know. But it's so easy to like make like post. I don't know. Here, like we could each say so.
Post pop.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Post pop.
Post pop. It's like Meg Myers shit. It's like dark fucking pop.
Like
I don't know what to. I don't know.
I really have
know.
to. I really
like
have to
Halsey
isolate.
or whatever the fuck.
I really have to isolate the professor on Futurama saying I don't want to live on this planet anymore and put it in my.
Saint Vincent. Do you listen to her?
What's the name? I think so.
Yeah,
I know that. I know the name. I know the single. If you said the name of her single, I thought I thought it was a band. I didn't know it was like a person.
Yeah, it's like one person, but I mean she has a band. It's like her band.
Oh, she's one of those.
I'm one of those.
She does.
Fucker.
They don't even deserve the and the.
I know, but I mean, she's amazing, and she describes her music in like such. She describes her music as party music you could play at a funeral.
Yeah.
And I think like knowing that about yourself and about your, the type of music you play, like I love that. I love it when people when people come up with
jumped on Wikipedia real quick, and it blends soft rock, experimental rock, rock, electro pop, and jazz influences.
Yeah.
However, the genres are art pop, indie pop, and chamber pop.
Art pop.
The fuck is chamber pop?
Yeah, what's chamber pop?
And that's my next click.
Yeah.
Also called orc pop, as in O-R-K, not O-R-C. ORC orc pop. That I want to listen to.
You know what I just pictured in my head? A bunch of orcas like under the sea, like playing music.
He was going in a more Lord of the Rings direction.
Oh, nice. But I imagine like the bass player is like, hang on, I gotta go up and blow my blowhole. And that's like their cigarette break,
Yeah, breathing.
Yeah. Hang on, guys, I gotta take a breath.
I'm thinking Tolkien fucking orcs playing pop music.
Oh my gosh.
In
Yeah, he's got a fedora on.
Well, and it's
pops collar.
Well, and it's spelled O-R-K, so there you go.
Artists such as Burt Bacharach and the Beach Boys' Brian Wilson informed the genre's initial foundation.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's cool. So, I mean, that's cool, but it's all over. It's
out of control.
That's too funny.
Post-orc pop. But
I need to know what orc pop sounds like.
If there's orc pop, does that mean there's like orc punk? What does that sound like?
Chamber punk?
Chamber punk would be a good name for a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
All right,
Cowboy,
listeners.
it's like really fast cowboy.
You can
junkies.
buy that name from us for $500. Chamber punk.
Hold on. Top chamber punk artists. Nah.
Damn.
There's no chamber. I mean, there's Coal Chamber.
I'm
but
going to be the
they're
first
not a
one.
they're not exactly a punk band.
The next record's going to be chamber punk.
I don't even
Title
know.
and genre.
You can make that fucking work. Oh boy. So, what are you listening to now? That kind of like jump started the songwriting process, or fueled the songwriting process for the album.
I've been listening to a lot of Jenny Lewis. She was in Rilo Kiley, if you're familiar with that band. They were like an
That's
indie
another
rock
thing.
band
There's
from
so
England.
many fucking bands out
Yeah,
there.
but Jenny Lewis is amazing, and
That
she's
name
had
sounds
such
familiar.
a wonderful solo career. She just released a new record last month. But yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of her, and I've also been listening to a lot of like jazz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Cab Calloway, I've been listening to a lot, and just and like jazz artists like today, like Esperanza Spalding. I think she's incredible, and just I've been trying to listen to just as much as I can, just because I think that's important as a musician, to just try and listen to as much as you can. Who else?
Try is a big one.
Yeah.
Because I am not a jazz fan at all. There's a handful of things I can listen to, but for the most part, it's just kind of like.
It was an acquired taste for me. I'll be honest. It took a bit.
It just I sound like an old person, but it just sounds like noise to me.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is.
Yeah,
and some of it is. But there's some really good ones out there. Who else? He's not a jazz guy, but I love Andrew Bird. I listen to Andrew Bird a lot. He's a great like indie rock guy. He plays a violin as his like main instrument. He like does. He's one of the reasons that I got into looping, actually, because he does like these crazy violin and vocal loops, and like he'll run his violin through a distortion pedal, and like he'll just do all of this crazy shit. And I, as a performer, I'm always thinking of ways to kind of, up the ante a bit to make things interesting for both myself and for the people watching. And, so I love to watch. My favorite thing to do is like go on YouTube and watch like live performances of people, but like sessions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when they're kind of in a studio setup like this, because I've noticed like when you do things like this and you only have, limited gear or limited, kind of resources, you're not going to bring your entire band to like a radio session, but that's where things get interesting.
We've
you guys
just recently.
But that's where like performers can get really creative, in what they do, and I just think it's so cool to watch. So Andrew Bird is one. St. Vincent is another one that I love. And
is that a band or an actual saint?
Both.
I used to be very much when I was playing out. I was very much a purist. I use that term very loosely because I used to be kind of like synth and all that shit, blah blah blah.
Oh, I love
but
it.
meanwhile, I'm loading in my pedal boards. I got delay pedal and fucking distortion, super phaser, chorus, and I got all this nonsense.
And then you're listening to Peter Gabriel on the way home.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like,
Peter Gabriel, I love him. I always
like,
listen to him.
He's absolutely one of my top 3 artists.
Oh, me too.
I love him to
Me
death.
too.
And but
actually his record So was like a big inspiration for this record, for Call It What You Will.
It's like near perfect album.
Oh my gosh, just because I love everything he does. He could like
I don't
shit
know,
in a
the
paper
song he
bag
did
and I
for
would love
Wally wasn't that great.
He did a song for the Disney movie Wally?
Yeah, I think it was called Down to Earth.
Oh, I don't know.
Not as I
haven't seen the movie.
It's Peter.
I haven't seen most movies, but
it's a great.
You haven't seen
song.
Wally?
No, but my dog's name is Wally. So
But it's probably spelled differently.
Yeah.
Wally's a good one.
Wally's a great movie. I mean, I don't even have kids or anything, and I've watched that on my own. It was awesome.
I don't have time. I don't have time to watch movies.
But I don't know what changed my. I don't know what changed me on that kind of writing. You know, looping and synthesizers and all that.
You get older and you're not in the echo chamber of your shitty high school friends.
I guess that was
Damn
that.
right.
Yeah, definitely.
That's exactly what it
Yeah.
when we all, and I'm talking me and Adam, stopped shitting on each other for what we listened to.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's such a big
Glass
thing.
Animals.
Like, man.
That radio station you made makes me angry.
But meanwhile, like but now it's just like I don't like that shit. And I'm like, well, I like it. Okay, and that's it.
Yeah,
I
just don't put it
care
on when
if
I'm
you
here.
like it.
But in high school, it was just like, what's wrong with you? You fucking, I can't believe you listen to that shit. And like, and we're just
like
we
you're a
get
bad
in on
person.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very stupid.
Yeah, it was like you take personal offense
Yeah.
to it.
Like, so.
Yeah.
But then you reach a point where it's like, well, I don't fucking care if you like
Yeah,
it.
just don't put it on when we're in the car together. That's all. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know where that. Oh God, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna go somewhere with that. I lost it. Yeah, I don't know where that kind of happened. It just, you leave the echo chamber and then you start listening to whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
and
you
then
discover the music that you on your own, which is a big thing. Yeah, and then you do it.
What's the name of the actual studio? Was there a studio or did they have their own setup?
That I
they did?
recorded
Yeah.
the record? Yeah, so there were two. So Jesse's studio is up in Queensbury, New York. It's called Nash Phone Recording.
Okay.
And then Lucas's studio, which is down in Port Jervis, is called Solid Sounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rough place to be recording. Port Jervis. Not a fan. I used to work out there.
Dirt Jervis. Is what it's
Dirt
called.
Jervis. I think we've talked about this last time. Oh.
We have at some point. Someone has said Dirt Jervis on this show.
That's what people call it.
I
That's
call
what the
it
locals call it.
I call it the Detroit of New York. Just burned out factories and
Oh,
If we ever interview Sponge again, I'm gonna bring that up. I'll be like, have you ever been to Port Jervis, New York? It's a real shithole. Ryan calls it the Detroit of New York.
You'll love it.
And Vinny just fucking slugs you in the face.
Those guys love their town, man. They're doing what they can for it. Got props to those guys.
hometown heroes.
Ford's gonna build a factory in Detroit. You hear about that?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they need it.
It is the Motor City.
Yeah, well, I mean, Port Jervis, another town. They are
Port
doing
Jervis
what
is
they
not
can.
the Motor City.
They're not the Motor City, but they are doing what they
Clarification:
can.
Detroit is the Motor City,
not Port Jervis.
not Port Jervis, New York.
But they are doing what they can to revive the city.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I liked recording there. I mean, it was the studio was nice, and it's not too far away from my house, so.
cool. Well, how about we play some music? How about we take a quick break and play some music?
Sure.
We've been going for 45 minutes. How about
Already?
that? Yes.
Wow.
Just like that. Happens every time. I always look up and I go, oh,
Time flies when you're
there's a whole nother,
having fun.
there's only half
Bunch
a show
of shit
left.
we got to do.
It's a bunch of shit we got to do. So I don't know. Do you want to just? I only have a handful of tracks from you. I have Missed That, Ultimate Lover, On Your Mind, and My Hair's Grown Longer.
Okay.
I can play those during the break, or I can save Missed That. I don't know what you were planning on playing. So
You can play. Why don't we play Miss That? We can play.
and then I can
then-
mix it in with the other stuff that we play.
Yeah, because I'm
Sounds
gonna
good?
play. I think I'll play Ultimate Lover and My Hair's Grown Longer.
Okay,
live,
cool.
So, yeah,
Sounds good. So we'll start this guy.
sweet.
And we'll take a quick break. We're here with Ciarra Fragale and CIARRAFRAGALE.com. Ciarra Fragale Music on Facebook, Ciarra Fragale on Instagram. Check her out. She's got this new single right now. I didn't hit the ramp.
No, you did not.
We'll be right back.
So unprofessional.
Pick me up off the floor once before and I missed that. You don't like the silence, you always give it up. Take a breath and forget where you came from. You don't like the silence, you always give it up. Hello, I'm whoever you want me to be, and I can do whatever you need. I've traveled the world behind a tiny screen. I've seen all there is to see. Don't you worry, pretty darling, none of me is as it seems. When you're lost and alone in the big bad world, just remember it's all about selling lies. When you can't get ahead and you just need to scream, tell the story of your ideal life. It's all about selling lies. Treasure was never a guarantee. Pearls and diamonds are just a dream. Happiness is a luxury few of us truly believe. Don't you worry, guarded flower, nothing is as it should be. When you're lost and alone in the big bad world, just remember it's all about selling lies. When you can't get ahead and you just need to scream, tell the story of your ideal life. It's all about selling lies. Once upon a time I could dream of all the things that I would do, but somewhere along the line I lost sight of what was right. But somewhere I stumbled upon you. When you're lost and alone in the big bad world, just remember it's all about selling lies. When you can't get ahead and you just need to scream, tell a story of your ideal life. It's all about selling lies.
Go back Hey, this is Vinny from the band Sponge, and you're listening to Dead Radio Podcast.
I'm not in trouble today. Usually better at those transitions.
Can I do one of those fun things?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have you do one in the front, but we should probably we'll just have you do one that we.
Can I say I'm from Sponge?
Absolutely.
Hey, this is Ciarra Fragale from Sponge.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end, we'll do some plugs because we always forget to do plugs.
You got to
Just
remember
like it.
though,
I
because
don't
we
know.
always forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? I'm dumb as shit.
We even forget when I write plugs in big letters down here.
Oh, we're not gonna forget, baby.
All right. So if you're just joining us, welcome. We're back with Ciarra Fragale.
Thanks for having me.
CIARRAFRAGALE.com. At Ciarra Fragale Music on Facebook. At Ciarra Fragale on Instagram. So on the break, you heard a couple of her tunes. And one from Old Logs Callahan and one from NCM, all of whom are going to be playing Hudson Valley Creator Fest, HV Creator Fest on
It's funny that
Facebook.
You cut off like the first 3 seconds of one of Frank's songs,
Yeah,
and
'cause
he will not be at Hudson Valley Creator Fest.
But we do love Frank. He just can't make it because he probably thinks it's a butt. He's more important. He finds himself more important than our thing. But yeah, HV Creator Fest May 5th starts at noon. Music starts at 12:15, and we're just going to be going all day till 6. We got local booze, local food, local crafts vendors, and everything, including the music, is made right here in the Hudson Valley. So, and that's the whole point of the entire thing, is to celebrate all local shit. So if you buy your stuff from China and sell it here, we don't want you. No offense, but we're not interested. We're here to highlight everybody who does stuff here. So, and we have a bunch more vendors than we did last year, right?
Yeah,
we're like way ahead of the curve. Right?
Yeah, we were at 17 or 18 last year with 4 food vendors, and we're past that with only 1 food vendor.
So yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
But
there was too much. There was too much
making
food
a lot of
last
money.
year.
Yeah.
It just people were they weren't making money, so
yeah.
You can't have that much. But I think we're going to be doing, Noshi's hot dogs and maybe 1 or 2 other things, a couple dessert things, more snacky.
Yeah. It's more like finger foods and like quick stuff.
Noshi's, the gold standard.
Yeah, we
good
love
stuff.
Noshi's, man. Pete's a good
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
He also opened a deli.
Yes.
Yeah, which you should check out. It's very,
Really?
very good.
What's
Is it
called?
good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Is it called
Yeah.
Noshi's Deli?
No, it's called something new Nosh. It's on Hooker.
Google
yeah, it's
it.
on Hooker
Yeah.
Avenue.
Just deli, Hooker Avenue.
Not
should-
far from here at all. And that's good because every deli that's been in there has
sucked.
tanked because they sucked. My dad waited 45 minutes for 3 egg sandwiches.
Yep.
You could have just made that at home.
I know.
It would have taken you 15 minutes to make them at home.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was the big problem with the last owner.
And the guy was
But,
like, no, just don't worry about it. You waited. And he's just like, but that's not the point. I don't want them for free. I want to pay you. I just want the food.
in 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
But
It's an egg
he's got a cool idea. They do these it's like frittata. So it's all made.
Yeah.
So you can walk in and go, can I have a frittata sandwich? And it's like eggs and bacon and all kinds of shit. And they make it right in front of you in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, I mean, if you want a traditional deli sandwich, like I like an egg sandwich over easy, so I went that route.
Oh,
And
frittata
they were done in
sandwich is right
5
up.
minutes.
Frittata sandwich is
Yeah.
where it's at. Now I'm going to go. I got to check it
Yeah.
out because it's not far.
I don't know if they have gluten-free bread.
I mean, he does
He has
the
gluten-free bread at the hot dog place.
At
So.
Nashi's, he
Yeah.
does,
Yeah.
So.
So they also had really good paninis. Yeah.
Man, I'm a
So
slut
anyway,
for
they're
a
going to be
panini.
there, and I'd like to have him on the show, but we can't get him on the show before Creator Fest. So
What are you gonna
we're
do?
booked out.
Can you phone him in?
Maybe.
Just like give him a call.
I mean, maybe he could just like bring us hot dogs when Warp the Weft comes on.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, let's play some music because my GoPro is gonna die.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do music or what are you drinking?
Let's do What Are You Drinking?
All right. It's What Are You Drinking? Got a weird one this week. It's my contribution. It's called Gin Mare, and it's a Mediterranean gin, which is interesting, and it's distilled from olives, thyme, rosemary, and basil.
Ooh.
And in my opinion, tastes pretty much like a dirty martini.
So it's let me see this. It's distilled from that, or it's distilled with.
It says distilled from.
None of those are fermentable.
So maybe it's with. Maybe.
Yeah.
Let me do some more research on them. But I think it's I think it's an Italian. I don't know. Hold on, let me take a look here.
Blending individual distillations of Yeah, I mean it's very misleading. Because you can't, like, if you made alcohol from rosemary, you'd be making wood alcohol, which would make you go blind.
Ah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's
I'm thinking that, like, I mean, Chad and I have been chatting. Friend of mine who makes.
You've been
Yeah.
chatting?
Yeah, who makes he makes alcohol in his backyard. But it's a friend of mine named Chad.
Yeah.
And he's been experimenting with some gin, and we talked about doing like a series to do like herbal gins, like basil, rosemary, elderflower, stuff like that.
Cool. Elderflower gin. I bet that would be very good.
Delicious.
So the base would be juniper, but you'd have, these small batch series like that you could only get in like a little 500 milliliter bottle.
Oh, cool.
And it'd be very expensive, but they'd be kind of one-offs, and you put them out, throughout the summer. Like every month you release a different one.
I'm just thinking of like an elderflower gin and tonic. Oh, that sounds so good with some orange.
Yeah, check out Fever Tree Tonic. They have an elderflower tonic.
Fever Tree Tonic.
Yeah, it's what I'm reading is that it's it's a typical typical gin base, but then the Arbequina olives, and
so what it says on the bottle is the authentic Mediterranean gin mare is made in a custom designed still by blending individual distillations of Arbequina olives, thyme, rosemary, basil, cardamom, coriander, and juniper berries gathered from our own farms and citrus fruits, soaked in advance for more than a year in special large clay jars. So it sounds like they make a pot still gin, and then they soak that gin with the botanicals, then they distill it instead of doing just a gin basket.
Yeah.
So it's actually, they make like a tincture first, then they distill out.
It's super
I
floral.
love it.
It's delicious, and it tastes like a dirty, not like a heavy dirty martini.
Was it expensive? Was it expensive?
No, it was incredibly reasonable.
Wow.
It was in the $30 range.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's delicious. It's super smooth, and I've been drinking it.
And it is
very lightly.
42.7% alcohol,
Holy
which
shit.
makes me believe that if you put a little bit of water in this, it would turn cloudy.
You think so?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, because I learned through Chad's experimentation that when you have citrus in your gin, you need to up the alcohol content in order to keep it clear. Nah, it didn't work. Damn it. That would have been really great. But Chad's gin, because he used a lot of lemon peel, if you add ice cubes to it or water, it gets cloudy. Which there's nothing wrong with
And
that.
cloudy
It's
just not as good as.
It's not bad. It doesn't taste bad.
You want your gin
It's
to
just,
look like water.
Yeah,
it's just
visually,
it's an
not
aesthetic.
Oh,
thing.
okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I made a gin, just an infusion here, and it's like as soon as you put water in it, it turned like a pastel yellow.
Yellow's a lot.
Cloudy, like yellow. Well,
Yeah.
I soaked it. It said to soak for a certain amount of time. I soaked
it
it
a lot
for
longer.
like triple what they said because I wanted a stronger gin. That's just the way I go.
I had the best gin and tonic of my life at this speakeasy in Albany.
Ooh.
Like there's a bar in Albany that's called the Speakeasy. And it's amazing. It's, there's like it's an actual speakeasy, like you have to say a password, no cell phones.
That's too funny.
Dim lighting, but it's the most incredible place because you can actually hear the person that you're sitting next to and have an actual conversation, and the drinks are amazing. And
It better be.
I went there with a couple of my friends. My friend was and they do these like bartender competitions, like these mixologist competitions like every week, and my friend was competing in one of them. And
oh, cool.
But I had the best gin and tonic of my freaking life. It was so good, and it had like all the citrus in it, and I can't tell you if it was cloudy or if it was clear, but I can tell you that I drank the whole thing. Probably too fast.
Well, I like this.
But
I would definitely buy this.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
sounds
Where'd you get
good.
it? Arlington?
Right down the road.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But South Side or Arlington?
South Side.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like that's why I go to South Side, and it's on Hooker Avenue. Everyone, that's why I go there is because he gets like the ground level, booze. So a lot of like Tito's, for instance. Like he was getting Tito's for a while. He stopped getting Tito's because their price point went up for cases. So he stops carrying them, and he finds something else. Right now, he's carrying New N-U-E vodka. It's good. It's a perfectly good vodka.
Yeah.
It's cheap, and you get a big handle for not that much, and it's
It's $21.60.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
$19.99.
cheap ass bottle, but it tastes good. Rakia, what is it? Rakia or whatever the hell that Icelandic vodka.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love that stuff. It's
Haven't
so
tried
good.
it,
I drink
yeah.
it straight. It's awesome. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it because it's Icelandic, but he was the first person I saw carry it. He stopped carrying it because then it got popular.
Yeah.
So the cases went up. So he's good
So
to
he's
go.
a hipster liquor store.
Kinda. He's not. It's mostly because he just doesn't want to pay fucking ridiculous prices for trendy shit.
Oh, fuck
That's
that,
why.
yeah.
So he gets all the ground floor stuff before they start changing recipes and shit like that too. That's the other thing. So you get it at a decent price, and you get the quality taste. And then when it gets popular, they start changing formulas and stuff to make it cheaper, to get their cost and this and that. This is all conjecture. I don't really know. But I think that's what it is. So what do you say? Music to accompany our cocktails?
Sure.
Jump on there. So, if you're just joining us, I don't think you are. Real quick, I don't know who this person is.
Tristan Peepo?
Tristan Peepo? You know
Anybody
him?
you know?
Me? No.
All right, well.
No, I think he's checked in before.
Well, Tristan, thanks for checking in. The creative process is always amazing to hear about. I'm obsessed with the creative process because I'm obsessed with music, as everybody knows, and I didn't spend a lot of time in the studio. I mostly just jammed with the band, and the times I was in the studio, I felt like I didn't have enough time. It's an expensive process, Ciarra knows, and it's an expensive process, but it's just a new way of approaching music.
Yeah.
And like you're typically sitting in your basement with your buddies, or it's usually the drummer's house. Usually, if you have a good drummer, we had a drummer at one point that didn't want us playing. Didn't want us. Like his dad wouldn't let us play. The whole band would play. It wouldn't play it. So we had to rent studio space just to practice.
Oh,
so
weird.
it was a bit of a bitch, and it was really fucking annoying. However, I don't know where I was going. Yeah, so like jamming with the band, working on your songs, and then getting into the studio and putting everything under the microscope.
Yeah.
God damn, is that like mind blowing?
It is, and a lot of a lot of things kind of come together for me in the studio, because, I mean, that's when I can actually hear all of the other instrumentation that I've just kind of been hearing in my brain, you know, since I don't play with a band all that often. So yeah, it's so interesting. I learned something new every single time, and you know, definitely the recording process for this was I learned so much about, you know, what I could do, about how to work with other people, and yeah, it's cool.
And
it's
just
cool,
seeing
you
your
know?
music in a different way too is
Yes.
like is just like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit, I didn't think
it could sound like that.
Yeah, I had this in mind, but now there's this option,
Yeah.
and I don't know what to do, and then
And it never gets old. Like, it never gets old, you know?
So what do we? What's your first song here? What are you thinking?
This is a song off the new record. It's called "If Looks Could Kill." This will be kind of like an exclusive thing. Don't release this video, Adam, until the record
hang
comes
on
out.
one sec.
He has to play a bumper before.
Holy
he
Santa Claus shit.
It's a Dead Radio exclusive.
That is by far, hands down, my favorite bumper.
I think I did that last time too.
You did.
Yeah, for Colorado, which I'll also play. But
So we'll make sure to not release the video until after June 1st.
Yeah, don't release this until
you will be able to see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's going to be fine.
It's streaming live right now.
No, oh my
Okay.
God, we're live. No,
We're
it's
live.
going to be fine.
Okay.
It's going to be fine.
You signed a piece of paper.
I play this at shows.
We're
It's
live,
Okay.
so don't fuck it up. All right, whenever you're ready.
Cool. My mind's like the rain. Once it gets going, it never stops again. I need a place, but that's a wide open space. You'll see me in Paradise Valley someday. Take me away with that look in your eyes. I want you to stay. And if it looks could kill, do I run away? Run for my life. I got nothing to say.
Oh shit! That caught me way off guard. I was like, wow, that's a cold stop.
Yeah, it was kind of an abrupt ending.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks.
It's yeah, it is a little. It's still you.
Yeah.
But it is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no joke.
It's a lot more technical too, just like on guitar and which I love.
I couldn't even imagine trying to keep track of all of that. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a nice little like the little lick that you were playing at the end there. It's like it's a nice little bluesy feel.
And it's so fun to play. Like, playing that song, I think that's my favorite song on the new record. That was the one that I was talking about that I heard in a dream.
Oh, that was the one?
Yeah, the little
Yeah, and what I notice, and I don't know, I don't know if I'm full of shit or not, but I notice that when you sing, it doesn't feel like you're pushing.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of, I don't know why, like vocal coach reactions on YouTube to, just singers. I was specifically, oh God, what was her name? Katie Roars, I think, and she was, she's I think she's Irish, and she's a vocal coach, and she was listening to Maynard from Tool sing Sober live, and she kept talking about pushing vocals, pushing. He's not pushing. He's just singing.
Yeah.
And now, just from her saying that, now I'm hearing, and especially during sound check, and I'm like, God, she's just not really. She's just singing.
Just effortless.
You're not. Yeah, it's not like because if you think about it, you can
easy
push.
breezy, beautiful. No, but I mean, you are right though. I mean, a lot of that comes from because I'm an actor as well, so a lot of that comes from musical theater training.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, like I was, the way that I was taught how to sing was very, support from your abdominals, from your diaphragm, which is the proper way to sing anyway. I mean, it's not supposed to be here, it's supposed to be from, I had a teacher who said sing from your vagina. Because you're supposed to
yes,
bring it.
Yes, please.
You're supposed to.
That's gonna win.
Because you're supposed to, bring it up from the bottom, and that's how you get support, and that's how you sing. That's how you can sing powerfully without straining yourself. And for me, like, safety is the most important thing. Like, the last thing that I want to do is blow this thing out because,
check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Exactly. Well, and you never know. I mean,
if you will,
you never know if you're going to get it back. But yes, so a lot of that comes from my, years of, being classically trained as far as, singing in choirs since I was really young, but like musical theater training, learning how to.
Yeah. Adam's brother Matt, he was in musical theater, and
it's a lot of discipline.
I was yelling,
but you learn how to do it correctly.
I was yelling out coffee orders at the Crafted Cup, and I was working with him, and my voice cracked on one of them.
Got engaged,
and that's what he said. He's just like, dude, where were you on that one? You got to get down there. He goes, use your mask. I'm like, what?
You got to sing from your genitals.
I was like, okay. And but now it's funny because now when it's so silly to find common ground from singing to yelling out somebody's name when they got to come pick up their goddamn cappuccino because they're crowding crowding the window. But now, like, whenever I bark out an order, I actually think about that now. I'm like, I want to get way down in there because the way our shop is built, it's kind of hard to hear sometimes. So now I'm like, whenever I think about that, that's where I go. The best way down deep.
And the best way to do that is, one, always remember to breathe. Like, there's so...
Oh, I suck in big.
There's so many times, though, like, where, we're singing or yelling or just talking at, like, a higher volume than normal, where we forget to breathe. And, and you wonder why you got this, like, kind of pain, like this soreness here. You forget to breathe. So always remember to breathe, but also, like, just engage your abs, keep it tight. Keep it tight.
Keep it tight, keep it right.
Keep it tight, keep it right. So, yeah.
All right, so next one. What do we got?
I think I played this the last time I was here, but I'll do like a pseudo acoustic version of it. This is also off the new record. This is Colorado.
Okay.
I think I played this the last time.
How far does that river go? The mighty Colorado, winding down to the valley below. How wide does that river lie? The one that goes to the mile high, winding down from the Rocky Mountain sky. How fast does that river run? Does it beat the rising sun, winding down until it's done? How deep does that river sit? The one that deepens bit by bit, winding down the red rock-colored pit. How far, 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 how far does that river go? Mighty Colorado, winding down to the valley below. How far, how far, how far does that river go? The mighty Colorado, winding down to the valley below. How far, 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 how
fun, how fun, how fun, how fun, how fun, how fun, how fun.
Oh, jeez. Even a fade out. How professional.
I love fade outs. I think fade outs are the most underrated thing. Well, actually, speaking of fade outs, did we ever talk about this before? So they did a cognitive brain test on a bunch of just random people who listen to music.
Uh-huh.
And they played songs with a fade out and they played songs without a fade out. And so they were measuring the patterns of their brain because your brain, it does something interesting when you listen to music. You can actually see the patterns of the brain.
Activity, like brain activity.
Yes. Yes, Adam, brain activity. But anyway, so they did this study with a bunch of people and they played songs that fade out and songs that didn't fade out. And they found that when there was a song that faded out, the brain, and this was like across the board, the brain was still responding to the patterns of that song for an average of 3 seconds after that song had faded out. Rather than when they played a song that just kind of ended, your brain would stop reacting to it immediately. Fade outs are so cool because it expands the longevity of a song.
You're almost
still
like
hearing it.
wondering where they were gonna go.
Yeah.
From there.
Yeah.
I do that. I don't think you probably didn't even notice, but when I do open mic at the Crafted Cup at 44 Raymond Avenue in Poughkeepsie, New York,
plug.
I play music at the end for everybody, just to see everybody off and just random stuff on my phone, mostly local bands. But when it's just Adam and I closing, I fade out whatever I'm playing. It's just the two of us.
Out of habit.
But out of like me going, I can't just stop this. I need to like smooth it down and just nice fade, go away. Like, and even with everything here, you know, like I tried to do the stop and go thing at the break just earlier, and I missed it, and it's still like, even if I hit it, it still would have been fucking choppy, and it bothered, and that kind of shit bothers me.
Yeah,
so.
I think fade outs are like, you know, I think they're so underrated.
It used to annoy me as a kid. I'm
Overrated,
like, well, where's the rest of this? How are they going to finish this live? What are they going to do live?
But, you know, as a musician, like, you want your song to kind of live on after it's done, and a fade out kind of does that. I mean, there's concrete proof because they did that study, which is
that's
so interesting.
Freaking interesting.
It's cool, right?
Check that out. Did they do it with
I'll
just
send
like
you-
different songs, or with like if you took a song that had a hard ending and you gave it a fade?
Yes.
Do you think that would affect it?
I think, because they, you know what? There's a video that I was watching about fade outs. I'll send you guys the link, but it's very, very interesting. But they talk about the whole study and how, and they did talk about, you know, taking a song that has a hard ending, but, you know, putting a fade out into it. You know, they did that with, I forget what song they did it with, but yeah, it's just, it sounds a lot different. But I'll send you guys. I'll send you guys. The
I mean,
link.
I like it both. You want to know what I don't like is when someone ends a song with dun 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 dun, and this is telling the audience the song is over. Yeah, hate that. Yeah, that really annoys me.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
Well, it's kind of like when someone ends a poem at open mic and then they go and that's it.
That's my poem.
That's my poem, and then people clap.
No,
it's not natural.
There's a song by Peter Gabriel called "Lay Your Hands on Me."
Oh, so good.
And he grabbed Phil Collins for the drum parts to that. But at the end, and this is before "In the Air Tonight," he has this drum fill at the end that sounds a little bit like "In the Air Tonight," but that's kind of Phil Collins'. He's very world beat, kind of tribal sounding.
Well,
that's
you know
his
how
drum style.
Well, you know how they found that drum sound, right?
Peter didn't want any cymbals in that record.
But
I think that was security.
So he had brought on, it was Peter Gabriel, I think it was his second solo record. It was like pretty early on. I think it was his second solo record. And there's a video on this too. So Phil Collins was doing drums, and because that signature drum sound, it has something on it called gated reverb, which they found in this studio session by accident because Phil Collins was, you know, he was doing the intro on one of Peter Gabriel's songs, and they were doing like a live session, but the engineer, because, you know, big wall of glass, and and you know, you got the engineer usually has a mic where he can, you know, or she or they can you know, talk to everyone in the booths, and you can hear it through your headphones. He had the mic pressed, like the button for the microphone pressed, so it was on in the booth that Phil Collins was recording drums in, and it picked up that extra extra sound. So that's why in the drums, you know, the signature, like basically the drum sound that like defined the 1980s.
Yeah.
Like that's why it, you know, it kind of like
that
hits and then claps back, but then stops really quick.
Yeah.
It's called gated reverb.
Yeah,
and they found that by accident.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it's just unlike
There's a video on that too. I'll send you.
So the idea of that is it's this tiniest little bit of delay.
Think of it.
Yeah,
think
like
of it as
like how long it takes for my voice to get to your computer.
Yes.
They call it gated because it literally is like opening a gate to let the sound through and then shutting it.
Yeah.
Immediately, so that
It's
like,
interesting.
and then you can control how slow the gate closes and how fast the gate closes and everything.
Yeah, I
Isn't
mean,
that also how we
now
got
there's,
fucking
like-
auto tune? Like those.
Oh yeah, well Cher. Well, no, it wasn't auto tune. It
Yeah,
was
that's how we got,
they
like-
were using auto tune on Cher's voice for "Do You Believe in Love," and the guy accidentally forgot to sync it to the note that she was singing to. And
No way.
Yeah, the engineer was just like, "Ah, shit, hang on, we got to start it over," and the producer was like, "No, wait, leave it."
Yeah. It's so fun.
And it was a
oh my gosh.
massive hit. That
Yeah,
stupid
and
song.
then rappers got a hold of it, and
God.
it was just
a
a fucking
clusterfuck.
But I mean, like,
you
going
see how
back
fast
to-
that fucking dropped off, though?
Oh yeah, big time.
But like
Ugh.
going back to like, you know, just being in the studio and like the creative process, like when mistakes happen like that and they happen to be like really happy mistakes.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like for like Miss That, the single that's going to come out. That'll be out on Saturday, 4/20. But yeah, so for that song, so there's a point, so there's this drum beat that kind of loops through, you know, under mostly the entire song, but during the bridge, my engineer and I, we were mixing and just trying to like cut things together, and he accidentally moved it like 2 beats ahead, so it ended up being this like the same rhythm but like crazy syncopated.
Yeah.
And we were listening to it back, and I was like, that's amazing. And he was like, oh no, I'll put it back in the right spot. And I was like, no, wait, keep it. And like, I think that literally makes the song.
Yeah.
So like weird mistakes like that. It's so cool. You
But
know?
how we got on this? It was
Make
just like,
mistakes.
Lay Your Hands on Me goes.
Oh, sorry.
And that's the end of the song. Like,
and it just ends.
Yeah, and that's the.
But
well,
that
there's
doesn't
like
feel
this little kind of flowy thing.
That
at the end
doesn't
of
feel
this
like the
ambient.
bullshit. Yeah.
I don't.
I hate
that.
it. I
kinda
hate it
like
so much.
I'm gonna look into the camera and do that.
Yeah. It's not recording. So wait. Okay, do it again. 3, 2, 1. I like the wink at the end. I'm gonna do something with that.
Please do.
All right. So
All right.
yeah, let's do another one.
Please don't feel insulted, but I really need to pee.
Okay.
So just do your thing, and I will hear it through the floor.
Okay.
You absolutely will. You'll hear it out fucking side. There's no insulation in this house.
All right. Well, I'm rolling. So
yeah, what are you gonna play now?
Feeling a little David Bowie.
Oh shit! You gonna
Cover.
cover?
Yeah.
Oh, surprise me.
Yeah. Wish I could swim like dolphins could swim, but nothing can keep us together. We can beat them forever and ever. Oh, we could be heroes just for one day. We could be heroes just for one day. I could be king, and you could be queen, and nothing could drive us away. Oh, we could be heroes just for one day. Oh, we could be us just for one day. What you say? just for one day. We could be heroes, just for one day. Oh, we could be heroes, just for one day. We could be heroes, just for one day.
Holy shit. That was fucking awesome.
Thanks.
That was great.
Oh, it's like one of my favorite songs.
Yeah. That's
ever.
that's one that's been done a lot, and wow,
Peter
man.
Gabriel did it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a similar vibe too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's such a dark song, but
I love it.
everybody usually
It's so hopeful. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's-
everybody usually kind of goes with the more upbeat version,
Yeah.
upbeat style. God, like the thing that was I like that so much because it was very much you, very much your style.
Yeah.
You made it your
Yeah.
own. It's great, fantastic.
I love it.
Camera's
Yeah.
over here.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
That's
It's okay.
beautiful.
It's just it was
Thank
just
you.
on for too long, but
Not on the album. I'm assuming, right? Because you got to pay for
No.
rights for
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, how does that do? You've played it live before?
Yeah.
How's that do?
It does so well.
Yeah, I
love
bet.
it. Yeah. Because the thing is, I mean, that's a pretty well-known David Bowie song, I think. I mean, I know I'm such a big David Bowie fan, so
huge
so
song.
you know, but there are people who don't know it,
Mhm.
but it seems, you know, because in the beginning I kind of do like, you know, the stuff so you don't really know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
as
Oh, it took me a
soon-
while. I like you started hitting chords, and I was just like, "Is this?"
Well,
I'm not sure. I didn't say, "Is this Heroes?" I was just like, "This does sound familiar." I
as
just
soon
don't know what
as-
it
but
is
as
because
soon
I'm not
as
a.
I play this.
Yeah, that's when it kicked in. I was just like, "Oh shit, I
Yeah.
know this."
And
And
that's-
then when you started singing, I was like, "Fucking Heroes!" God
and,
damn it.
And my favorite thing to like watch people, you know, when I play this live.
Yeah.
You know, because I'll just kind of preface it with like, this is a David Bowie song.
Mm-hmm.
You might know it, you know, or I don't say what song it is until after it's done, but like every time I hit that like central riff, the faces of the people who like actually know the song are like oh, it's my favorite thing to watch. It's kind of like when I do the Phil Collins song In the Air Tonight. You know, because I do all this weird loopy shit in the beginning, but as soon as I go I can feel it coming. As soon as I sing that first line, people are like, "That's what song it is."
yeah,
I love.
which that is now on YouTube.
I
by
love the
way.
element of surprise.
If anyone would like to check out your rendition from from 7 months ago, it is up on YouTube. It's in a playlist called Live in Studio.
Yeah.
Also on our
wonderful.
Instagram.
Yeah, I did play that last time when I was here.
Yeah.
You did.
But that's one of my favorite.
Oh, very,
songs
very
to
cool.
play. Yeah.
What do you think? One. Oh, shit.
wanna do one more?
I kind of want to. I'm gonna listen to one more.
You wanna- yeah? You wanna
Yeah,
do
yeah,
one more?
absolutely. I don't know if you had another.
No, I
one
do.
prepared.
I thought my harmonica was in my bag, but it's not, unfortunately.
Harmonica?
We don't have a
Yeah.
studio harmonica? That'd be
guys
gross.
suck.
I really. Oh God, yeah. Like, oh yeah, this is.
It's in one of those like Barbicide containers, like when you go to the.
like a comb. Ah, shit. Yeah, I think one more. Why not?
Yeah, cool. I'll play kind of an older one. Yeah, it's called My Hair's Grown Longer. I like this one. It's an oldie but a goodie. My hair's grown longer since the last time I saw you. You stopped calling for what? Actually, fuck. Can I play a different one?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, do it. Fine. Yeah. What's this?
That's definitely going on Instagram. Just that clip.
I love it.
I forget about all the songs that I can play.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, this is a song called Handle with Care. It's off the new record. It's not surprising that she cut off all her hair, learned not to care about the little things. That's right. She bought herself a plane ticket to the land of Mars, where the stars were as bright as a city light. I wanna say something I can't say. I wanna say something, handle with care, and you just might get there. Oh, after drinking too much, she found herself in a breach of trust. After drinking too much, she found herself in a field of lust. I wanna say something I can't say. I wanna say something, handle with care, and you just might get there. I was blind, but now I see. I was blind, but now I see. Because funny things can happen when you're drunk and looking for company. And what will they think of you? Pit you against someone bolder, taller, blonder than you. And it's in your hands, it's true. Gonna build me a bridge and enjoy the view.
All right. Little blues number there.
Yeah, right?
I love it.
This
Awesome.
album's got everything.
I can definitely see why you were like, oh, fuck, can I play the other one?
A little bit more of a groove.
I've never done that before. I've never I never like to stop in the middle of songs because, you know.
Oh, sure.
Well, this is
cute
perfect
artist.
because to accentuate the
Oh, no, but it's
conversation about
perfect.
song stopping. Because I want to put up a video, like you're gonna play the song, and then it just cuts to black when you're like, oh fuck, can I play a different one?
Yeah, it's a nice little moment.
Yeah, yeah. Love it.
Ah, man.
I'm gonna even bleep your voice just to make it funnier, as if this was a PC show.
Yeah.
Can you send me? Then I'm gonna need that little.
Yeah, I
want,
could definitely
I want
do
that
that.
sound
Yeah.
bite.
Sure, for
'Cause
sure.
I'm gonna use that for everything.
I'm excited to listen to the rest of the record. I'm very, very interested into where it goes.
Yeah.
And especially that was kind of like a gospel kind of blues,
Yeah.
a little bit, a little bit of country, little country twang to it. Yeah, it's I like hearing all the variety that it seems like there's going to be on this record. So.
I'm super
And of course,
excited for you
the
to
Peter
hear it.
Gabriel influence is kind of is way more stark than the last time you were on. Like I could tell that there was there, but now it's just like you can really see that you just
I love you, Peter.
zoned in on that. Yeah, man.
Thank
If
you
you're
for your
listening,
music.
Yeah,
we love you
if you're
too.
listening, Peter.
he
Sorry
listening?
for all the cursing.
You should bring him on the show.
Oh my! I would be stone faced the entire time. I couldn't do an interview. I couldn't. I would just be hugging him the entire time. It'd be
Can I
2
sit in your
hours.
lap?
It'd be 2 hours of me sitting in his lap, just hugging him, trying to give him
Yeah.
all of my life energy to keep him alive.
I don't really get starstruck that much, but if I came face to face,
That
with
would
him,
crush me.
If you want to see Bosch starstruck, check out our
check out our Sponge
with
interview.
Sponge. Yeah, it's a ways back, but you can find it.
It was just like it was
Hey,
one of
this is
those
Ciarra
things where I'm
Fragale
like,
from Sponge.
motherfucker, I listened to all of your music when I was learning about music. Like that was the time, and they came out,
That'd be like you being able to interview Linkin Park at 16 years old.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
was
way
me.
he was.
I was just I should have worn my white pants.
You know, I remember the last time I was on, you asked me what the first record I bought was, and I think I said Britney Spears, but I actually think it was a Linkin Park record.
Oh,
yeah.
Corrections and omissions.
Should we, it's a long bump.
No, we're not doing it. Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Thank you.
I don't know. I just kind of want to do. I just kind of want to do this. I want to end it on a high note.
On a high note. I mean, we're at 2 hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
That we got a pretty clean, easy transition. So
Yeah.
you can actually. We should do just real quick. Did we do? What are you drinking?
Oh.
We just talked about gin.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah. We just. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I
y'all.
didn't mean to.
I'll open up another one.
I'm drinking New Belgium Fat Tire, a great amber beer. I like the lighter stuff, and this is
A classic.
this is
Yeah, this one's
is a classic.
It's very good.
Yeah,
This is
I love
one
it.
of my fiance's favorite beers. And they rebranded.
This might be up there with mine, and it doesn't.
Yeah, a little more. I like it.
It's like a bicycle logo, no
Yeah.
longer a bicycle.
I did. Yeah.
That was kind of why I got it. So I was like, ooh, what's that? Oh.
Yeah, I love it. That's what I'm drinking.
Yeah. So it's an amber ale.
And water.
It's from Colorado,
Mm.
New Belgium. Quality shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pour more of my gin mare. Mediterranean
I'm gonna buy some of that,
gin
man. I really like that.
Distilled from olives. Distilled with olives, I should say. I'll write it on. Yeah, if you like what you hear, CiarraFragale.com, CiarraFragale.com, at Ciarra Fragale Music on Facebook, at Ciarra Fragale on Instagram. She's got a new album coming out on June 1st. Call it what you will. There's a listening party at Darkside Records. Same day. What time did you say that started?
Starting at 5.
Starting at 5.
And there's going to be food, and there's going to be, it's just going to be a fucking.
If you've ever been to Darkside for just for a show, they do a really good job over there.
It's a really special place.
Those guys really know their sound very well. And
thank you, Darkside. I love you.
Yeah, they're
Thank you
great
for
with the
everything.
community and the local music.
It's too bad their podcast is so terrible.
Yeah, it's just their podcast is just dog shit.
I was just on their podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Record Store Day. Well, I played at I played at Record Store Day, and JB was like, "Come on the podcast."
We've been trying to get on their podcast for 4 years.
I have
Maybe it's
I have
because we
some
talk so much
connections.
shit about it.
Maybe.
But no, but I think we're supposed to do it right before the flea market, the outdoor whatever.
Bazaar.
Yeah, the
bazaar.
Bazaar.
And
Yeah.
it definitely is a bazaar.
Bizarre.
It's a bizarre bazaar.
If you want to catch Ciarra play, she's playing at a little thing called Hudson Valley Creator Fest on May 5th.
I am.
Yeah. And we still have a few vendor spots, even like it's technically past the deadline, but we have a couple of spots open, so just reach out if you know somebody who makes shit here in the Hudson Valley.
Yep.
Makers.
Yeah, that's what we're looking
That's
for.
the most important thing.
We're totally booked on bands. We seem to get more inquiries about bands than
We got a ton of inquiries about bands. And we
Bitches
just
want to
couldn't-
play.
It just there was a bunch of bands that I knew of them. I knew people in them, and we have to serve. Like, I feel like it's our duty to serve the people who have come on the show
and supported the show.
And it's no offense to them because they just haven't gotten the chance to come on the show or whatever.
I feel really special. You guys asked me to do this 7 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were that was before. I think it was like
I would
right
think it was
after the last-
right after your first song. I was like, "What are you doing May 5th?"
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And I have had it in my calendar.
Yeah.
Ever since.
Yeah, and it was funny the response. I sent out the email to you, or actually no, I didn't even send out an email.
She reached out to you.
She
reached out to me, and I was like, "You need to email Ryan. He's in charge of bands."
She was just like, "Hey, let me play your festival, please. Cool, yeah." That was the email. I was like, "Sure."
Well, because I had it in my calendar. I remember us talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, I should probably double check and make it official."
Well, I mean, at this point,
Let me play
I
your festival.
Almost feel like out of the loyalty to the bands that have been very, great to the show and have been very supportive, like the only option is to extend it like a half an hour to an hour next year, to get some Vassar students involved, because you basically took up a spot that a Vassar student had last year. So now we only have like one performer from Vassar.
But to be
Yuppie scums. Just kidding.
It's
a very good school.
To be fair, we reached out, and no one, and they were like, "Oh, it's the day after Founders Day." I'm like, "Can you just not drink?
Suck it up and wake up at 11 a.m.
Yeah, can you not drink 34 beers that day, and
or drink 34 beers and just drink some water and get up at 11?"
Yeah. Moral of the story: just drink some water.
I mean, if they seriously said to you, "Hey, could I please not have a set before 3 o'clock?" You'd probably be like, "Fine."
Yeah, but whatever. We got one this year, but it's cool. We got Denis Fab as
Denis Fabricante, as he is now going to be known.
Oh yeah, Adam works with him.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
So sorry, Denis Fabricante.
Also, of course, Ciarra Fragale, Plaid Nation Revival, Brian Ruby with Ruby's Volume 2, his band that we found out last week is coming.
So he signed up as a singer-songwriter, and then on the show, he's like, "No, I'm actually going to have my full band with me." It's like,
I was like,
"You're
cool.
telling us." Totally fine.
I hope I got enough space.
Yeah.
Also, the Warp the Weft, NCM, For No One, that's and Old Logs Callahan, and of course Pitch Black Sunrise, all great friends of the show and huge supporters, and it's gonna be a hoot.
So next week we have Knitting is Metal, who is a premier sponsor of Hudson Valley Creator
My God, I'm so excited!
A hilarious person.
Is she gonna be listening to Chumbawamba? Or what was the?
It's not Chumbawamba. I think it's Nickelback. So she does this thing. It's a promotion every year.
Photograph.
Yeah. She does a promotion every year. This is the second annual.
Yeah.
Where she will listen to, for every $1 donated to Hudson Valley Creator Fest through her Indiegogo, she will listen to 1 minute of a terrible album. So last year she had to listen to Saint Anger by Metallica. It was like 1.5 times through. It was a lot.
She did.
It was like $150 she raised.
Get the full album. She couldn't get through the full album on the show.
Yeah. So we had her just sitting here listening to it and knitting while we interviewed somebody else.
So you recorded her listening to it. So there's proof.
So we because I piped in, I took her audio, I split her audio, so she had audio going into her, so she was listening to the album, and then I had the audio for the album coming into the board so I can check in to make sure she wasn't cheating. Oh my God, it's such a bad album.
We definitely need to do that again.
That is so funny.
And
gosh.
It's really great. It's a very funny promotion, and I believe she did a poll, and I wanted Chumbawamba Tub Thumper to be the album that she listened to, but it didn't win in the poll. I believe it wound up being a Nickelback album. But she's great. She's a huge supporter of the show, huge supporter of local shit.
I constantly talk about Knitting is Metal to people just because it's such a cool concept.
When people are like, "What is it?" I'm like, "It's kind of a lifestyle brand."
Yeah, it really is.
Like it's T-shirts with like a skeleton knitting.
Her thing,
because I know them from Dark Side.
Dark Side.
Yeah. Her thing is she used to get a little bit of she used to get looks and stuff because she's the denim jacket covered in patches and fucking spikes and shit like that. She's got the crazy hair and everything like that, and she's into metal music, and she'd constantly get weird vibes from people when she was just going to pick up knitting supplies, or she'd show up to do knitting classes and stuff like that. So she just wanted to create a space where you could be a
badass in
you could be a badass and knit a fucking pair of socks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so she's gonna be on. She's gonna be on next week, and then the week after that we have the Warp the Weft, who's a very awesome, very strange band.
Another really really unique band. So
I've played a lot of shows with them. We've just been on a lot of bills at Dark Side.
Oh,
together.
No kidding!
Yeah,
they're great guys.
So we're very excited. I don't know if the full band's gonna be in, so I don't know how much performing they're gonna do, but we'll see.
I'm pretty sure they're working on a new album too, so there's a lot of stuff to go over.
Do you want to hear a funny story?
Go.
The drummer or someone in that band is the husband of my ex-boyfriend's sister.
Oh.
So we have a really weird connection.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
Husband of your ex-boyfriend's sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
So he's like,
we can end. We can end on that.
Well, we can't because we have
some titles.
a list of titles that Adam's been compiling.
so
I
we
know
can
what
also
the winner is.
make an addendum.
Okay.
Because this was said too.
Oh, okay. So we'll see where we are.
Okay.
So go ahead. We'll start
That's
from
more
the top.
inclusive.
So the first one was glisteny indie rock.
Glisteny indie. I don't like that.
No.
It ties up my tongue.
I play pre-ska, post-orc pop,
I forgot about Orc Pop.
Orc pop.
a hipster liquor store,
Ah, yeah. All right.
and then the original one
It's the winner.
was Sing From Your Vagina.
Yeah.
But then you also said later on, yeah, you got to sing from your genitals.
Yeah, because
I like vagina. More ways than
I mean,
one.
I'm fine with it.
But
why not?
I don't think Tony's going to cancel next week if we use that one.
That's an inside.
Yeah, we'll tell
thing.
you. We'll tell you.
Yeah, we'll tell
That's
you
fine.
up air.
okay.
What do you think? Genitals or vagina?
You know, for one, I think I'm very funny.
So do I.
Okay.
I think both. Let's go with vagina. Why not?
All right. I mean, if you wanted to have the title be "Let's Go with Vagina," why not? I'll go with that one too.
Sing from your
vagina.
Vagina and
All right.
or genitals.
Sing from your vagina.
If this gets any
And we're
backlash,
gonna
I'm blaming.
Hashtag genitals.
No, we're gonna hashtag hipster liquor store.
Definitely hashtag. I want to do hashtag orc pop, not post. Not post. I
Can
like.
we
I just
get
like-
or? Let's try to get orc pop.
It'd be very
But remember,
gravelly.
it's ORK.
No, we changed it.
We changed it to
Yeah, we
orc
changed
pop.
it because of what he was picturing.
Yeah, Tolkien. I'm talking like these fucking like battle axes.
Oh, I
and,
know,
like,
yeah.
shitty leathers, just singing fucking Katy Perry songs.
There you have it, folks.
Sarah, this was awesome.
Thank you for having
Great
me.
show. I love hearing about, like, as Tristan Peepo said,
Oh.
I love hearing about the creative process behind, you know, especially independent artists when they get into a recording studio and really, like, hunker down and focus in on creating, you know, their vision of an album. And it's really interesting to me, and I hope it's interesting to everybody else.
Yeah,
But
it's
I don't really
definitely
give a
doozy.
fuck because it's interesting to me, and that's
I don't
what the
fucking
show's
care
about.
if you like it. Yeah.
we don't make this show for anyone listening.
Yeah.
So
Thank you guys
if
for
we
having
made
me.
this show for anyone listening, we would have stopped a long time ago.
Absolutely. So
It's great to be here.
yeah, thank you so much again. Yeah, and next week, Knitting is Metal, our good friend Tony O. Once more, ciarrafragale.com, ciarrafragale.com. You can check her out on Facebook and Instagram. New album, Call It What You Will, out on June 1st. She's doing a listening party at Dark Side Records. If you don't know where Dark Side Records is, fucking Google it. It's not my job.
Subscribe to their terrible podcast.
Also, if you want to catch her performing live, Hudson Valley Creator Fest on May 5th. We've
Yeah.
talked about it. You should know it by now. Again, Google it.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Fragale.
Okay.
Or Fragale.
Yeah, I was just wondering which one. Now you confuse me further.
Italiano.
So do you say Fragale or Fragale?
Say Fragale.
Okay.
But when other people say Fragale, I don't mind.
Okay.
It's just like the whole Ciarra thing. It doesn't matter. I say both.
I mean, if somebody called me Adam, I'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Well, the two R's, it
Yeah.
makes people say Ciarra.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just wondering what you prefer.
Adam
That's okay.
Pantane.
Just don't call me Fragile or Fraggle.
Fraggle.
Just don't.
Ciarra Fragale.
Ugh.
All right. Until next week. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for having me.